Hello everyone. Today's session we are going to learn about multi-threading in JavaScript. Generally, we know that JavaScript is a single-threaded language, and though it is a single-threaded language, but it can handle the I/O operation, asynchronous operation, in a very efficient and non-blocking manner. But in the case of CPU intensive task, Node.js cannot work perfectly because of main thread is blocked when the CPU intensive task is processed. So, but there have a way that we can work the CPU intensive task in the separate thread, and that main thread are going to be free, and on this time we can do other tasks very efficiently. So let's go to the actual problem. So I take two files, index.html and index.js. So here I take the basic uh, HTML format, connect the script file here, index.js, and in the index.js we want to write every JavaScript code, and here I take two buttons. One is uh, general task, and another one for CPU intensive task. CPU intensive task. So here I just split the index.js file on the right side, and here I make a function named dollar, and here I get the ID and return document dot get element by ID and ID. Okay, and I add the click event listener for these two buttons. First I add for general button dot on click, then have a function and add a console log like general task in JS dot log, and again CPU dot on click, have a function and another console log for CPU intensive task dot log. Okay, if I test it, just go to the browser, open it. Okay, if I click on these two buttons like general and the CPU intensive task, though we do not get any CPU intensive task in this file. To explore the actual problem, I just have a very big for loop in here. Let equal 0, I less than 1, a very big number I plus plus, and total plus equal I, and have a number in here. I have a variable like total equals 0. And to understand the heavy task, I just task is start and copy it is end. That way we can check the heavy task in the console. So again move to the browser and click on the general task, and again press on the CPU intensive task is start, and in this time if I press on general, this is not worked. That is because a main thread is blocked. After completing the CPU intensive task, the console log, in the console log we get again the general task in the JS, and we need to wait a very big number of time uh, because the main thread is blocked. So for that we need to explore the threading in JavaScript. That means multi-threading, and we can do it with worker API of browser. So we take a variable like worker equal new worker, and we need to give here a script URL. So for new script URL, we just make a new file like worker.js, and we can refer it into worker.js. Okay, I think if you see that our CPU intensive task is not completed yet, and if I press again the general, this is not worked because of main thread is blocked, right? So in the and we want to do this CPU intensive task, this portion, this marked portion, into the worker thread. So I cut it out from here and paste it into the worker thread, and the two separate threads are not communicate with each other because they are totally separated and isolated. So we need to make a process or a way that two threads are communicate with each other, like one is main thread, that is referred to index.js, and another is worker thread that is in worker.js. So in this function, if I write worker dot post message and have a value in here like data, and we have to receive this message event into the worker thread. So I just comment it out, and in here we can receive it like on message function, and here we get the data. If we console log the data and from worker thread and the data, if I go to here, the CPU intensity task is not working yet also. So we just keep the value from here, and I also save it and reload it. Our browser is also be stacked that the heavily CPU intensive task. So I restart it again. Okay, so if you, I just comment this line and also this line, save it and go to the browser. If I press on CPU intensive task, you get a message from worker thread like message event, and here we have a property like data. What we have pass into pass from the post message. So in the worker thread we can do this work in here. So I just copy it and paste here, and we less we take this number for now, and also that we are post a message to the worker thread, but after completing this task main thread cannot understand is the worker thread's worker thread's job is done or not. So for that we again uh, to communicate with the main thread, we use post message, and here we paste the we pass the total value or return value from this task. So and we need to receive this event from the main thread. So for that we can use worker dot on message property, and this is a function, and from here we get the data or a message, that it is also a message event, and we can check it console log main from main thread, and we can check the message value. Let's save it and go to the worker thread. If I press on the CPU intensive task, and in this time we can press on the general button also for the general task, and we just increase the zeros after the one or two more times, save it, and if I refresh it again, general is working. If I press on CPU intensive task, like CPU intensive task, this is worked perfectly from the different thread, and we get the actual number from here, message.data. If I explore from here, message.data is the total number. So from here we get the data, and as it is object, uh, I just extract from it from here and data. So if I work on CPU intensive in that time, general task is also worked. So in this way, by the message property or the messaging event, main thread can work with worker thread, and by this way we can handle the CPU intensive task in the Node.js. Like there have various types of CPU intensive tasks, like image processing or various kinds of AI process or mathematical calculation. So this is a demo, and this is a exact way that how we can interact with the separate threads and keep the behavior of non-blocking in Node.js as usual. So that is for today. Keep in touch. Allah Hafiz.